Alright, before we get started with today's video, I just want to say, go subscribe to my man Mason Arsenal's channel. He just started his brand new YouTube channel. He's doing big things, putting out great quality vlogs. And Mason, you're doing a great job, man. And I love that interview that you did with Coach Sanders. That was really smart, man. I like it. You're killing it. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'll have his channel name put right here. It's like the Monster 0529. I don't know exactly, but I'll put it right here just in case. And I also have his YouTube channel click annotation at the end of this video. So all you got to do is click it and it'll take you straight to his YouTube channel so you can watch, like his videos, and subscribe, man. That's all I got to say. But now let's get to my video. Yo, what is up, guys? It's CRPHD back with another video, and I hope y'all enjoyed that little intro that I put in. I worked really hard on it, so drop a like. I would really appreciate it. But this is the iPad Pro review. Okay, so Apple thought that they could make this iPad Pro replace a PC.
Or a product like the iPad Pro designed for our modern digital lifestyle. Well, many of them will find it is their ultimate PC replacement.
iPad replacing a PC? Yeah, that's never gonna happen. But besides that, the iPad Pro is a really nice slab of metal and glass. I mean, the hardware, it's aluminum body, it's really nice. It has very tactile clicky buttons, which I feel is very underrated whenever buying some sort of mobile device. And overall, it's just a premium feeling device in general. I mean, you won't be disappointed by it. Now, the software. Now, Apple has never really let you customize your phone like the way that Android does with skins and different types of things like that. Apple, they give you what they give you. Simple as that. I mean, I didn't really expect nothing special either way. But now, performance. This is where this bad boy shine. So, I mean, it's very fast, very responsive, it's very snappy. I mean, I don't have a problem with it at all. And that's mainly because of Apple's A9X, the new processor that they put inside of this iPad. It's also the same processor that's in the bigger iPad. This iPad has 2 gigabytes of RAM and it can do 4K video editing, which is like crazy on an iPad. I mean, some mid-range laptops couldn't even do like 1080 video editing. I mean, it's crazy. 4K video editing on an iPad? Bananas. But now, besides that, let's talk about the front of the iPad that you pretty much use all the time, the display. So this display is a Retina display. It's pretty much the standard on all Apple devices, but something new with this new Retina display is a new technology called True Tone.
A True Tone display measures the color temperature of ambient light and adjusts the display to match. Let's start with a piece of paper. A piece of paper reflects light. So when you use it in different environments, it reflects the color temperature of the light in that environment. Our optic nerves are designed to be comfortable with this experience. You go into the warm, incandescent light of your home, and the paper takes on a warm tone. But now you use a digital device. Digital devices emit light, and that light has the same color temperature no matter where it is. So the color cast isn't right. It doesn't match paper white. Well, except now if it is a True Tone display, it does. No matter where you use it, it automatically senses the color temperature of the light and becomes warmer or cooler and matches paper white and is really natural to use. Once you use a display with this True Tone technology, you never want to go back to old technology again. It is quite a breakthrough.
Now, one thing that you might want to do is if you're a photographer and you're doing color correction, you might want to change this True Tone setting off because the colors won't look exactly the same whenever this mode is on and off. So if you're editing with this mode on and then you go back and you upload it to wherever, Instagram, I don't know, for something like that, then the people seeing that image, it's not going to look exactly the same. So just cut it off if you're doing any sort of color correction or just anything like that. You know what I'm talking about. But now overall the display just has a wider color gamut, so the colors appear more vivid. It's a lot more brighter, maybe a little bit more saturation, but yeah, the display is just a great overall thing in general. I mean, I have no complaints about the display at all. Okay, now this is something that I wish Apple could have did a little bit differently. Touch ID. Now everyone knows what Touch ID is. It's basically the way that you get into your iPhone or your iPad, but something that Apple did skip out on is second generation Touch ID. This iPad Pro 9.7 has first generation. Now, it's not a big loss, but it would have been better just to know that we had that extra little split second of speed to get in our device and a tiny bit more security, which comes with the second gen, but it's not a problem. Speakers, they are loud. That's pretty much all I got to say about these things. They are loud, crisp, they are great speakers in general, but there's just one tiny thing that I would say that's wrong with them. The bass is not there. I wish it was a little bit more pronounced and the bass stood out a little bit more, but otherwise I would have to say with this iPad, I mean, I don't really think that you would need to bring a Bluetooth speaker with how loud these things get, but if you are looking for some bass, then this is not going to be there, so I do recommend you bring a Bluetooth speaker. Now, the camera it's good. I mean, the camera is great, but I'll talk to you about this once we get more of the photo side. Video, this camera does 4K at 30 frames per second. That's great. But 4K on an iPad, a little bit overkill. Glad it's there though. But yes, and it can do 1080p at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 60, and 720p at 30 frames per second. And as well as it can do 240 frames per second at 720p. That is the slow motion option that you have there. But now, the camera for like photo and photography, I mean, the camera is great. Like, as you can see right now, when you're in very nice, well lit rooms, like the picture that I'm in right now, I mean, your images are going to come out really nice, crisp, and sharp. But as you start going into maybe a little bit more dimmer room and the lighting isn't as good, the picture starts to break apart. I mean, it's not that bad, but you're definitely going to notice it. But now the part that you're going to notice the most is whenever you go into really, really, really super low light places. I mean, where it's like where there's like a crack of light, this camera is going to break apart. I mean, the image is not going to hold together at all. I mean, it's just going to look all fuzzy and just grainy and all that extra stuff. But the main reason why is because when you have a camera on maybe a mobile device or just any other phone, it is a fixed lens. It's not going to open or close or zoom in or out physically. It's going to either do that through digital zoom whenever you're zooming in or out, or if you're editing the brightness or just tampering with stuff on it, it's going to do that through software. So there's not any physical movement happening through this lens. That's what I mean by it is fixed. But all in all, I mean, this iPad is great in general. I really don't have no other complaints besides that. I've had it for pretty much 2 years now, and I've been using it for YouTube video editing, 4K footage. That's great. As well as just schoolwork, basic stuff. I mean, it's an iPad Pro. I'm pretty sure it can handle a few flicks with the Apple Pencil that I got right now. Like, I just take notes for that with school and stuff. But that's pretty much it. I mean, great iPad, great price, depending on where you get it. I mean, I don't even think Apple sells the iPad Pro 9.7 on their website anymore, but price will vary depending on where you get it. I bought mine refurbished from a group called VIP Outlet. Be sure to go hit them up if you are interested in this iPad Pro. But either way, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I hope y'all enjoyed my iPad Pro review. The next video is right around the corner, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Alright. Touch the thing. Very, very big things, and I can't wait to see him. Dang it. Alright. Hit the thing shake.